leadership that lasts beyond a lifetime. When we invest our financial resources, we understand that it's best to bet on winning funds, stocks, and companies. Most of us know better than to sink all of our money into a business that has constantly struggled. Yet, when we think about how to invest our personal resources, we continue to put more time and energy into perennial losers. Instead of owning our natural strengths, we strive to fill in what nature left out. The most effective leaders know better than to try to be someone they are not. Whenever they spot an opportunity, they reinvest in their strengths. Wendy Cobb kept on achieving just as Brett Anderson continued to paint new pictures of the future. With this accurate awareness of their strengths and limitations, these leaders were able to partner with the right people to create unprecedented growth. Leaders stay true to who they are, and they make sure they have the right people around them. Those who surround themselves with similar personalities will always be at a disadvantage in the long run to those who are secure enough in themselves to enlist partners with complementary strengths. As you could hear from the leader we interviewed, they were always looking for people who could do specific things much better than they ever could. The most effective leaders also get people to follow. Reaching the level where your life's work and mission continue in perpetuity requires not only being a leader yourself, but developing the people who follow you to be effective leaders as well. As Standard Chartered Chairman Mervyn Davies put it, unless you can, on command, write down a list of the people who you have developed, you may just be in a leadership position by accident. This is why Davies challenges all of his direct reports to list the people they have developed, and he expects them to ask the same of the people they lead. He understands that the only way to have a broad impact is to create a network of strong leaders that begins to grow on its own. Perhaps this is why the most extraordinary leaders do not see personal success as an end in itself. They realize that their impact on this world rests in the hands of those who follow. Martin Luther King Jr. preached on the evening of April 3rd, 1968, "I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people, we get to the promised land." The next day, Dr. King was assassinated, yet his influence on the world had just begun. The day after his death, millions already stood on King's shoulders. By the turn of 20th century, that number had increased to hundreds of millions. At the end of the century, whether they realize it or not, billions will lead better lives due to Dr. King's efforts during his all-too-brief 39 years. Perhaps the ultimate test of a leader is not what you are able to do in the here and now, but instead what continues to grow long after you're gone.